Hello folks, this is JK from the Ministry of Otaku, 14-year anime convention veteran and cosplaying photographer. Right now I've just reached over 1,000 subs, and I got a full state of the channel that is coming up real soon. But I want to get into this topic here about Disney and Warner Bros. Setting up new employee social media guidelines and policies. Quite frankly, people have been calling for this for years. Even your boy Zach actually mentioned that there needs to be strict social media policies for all employees. But the ones that Marvel and DC Comics are having is just going to be for full employees, not contractors or freelancers, like most comic pros are. Most comic pros are freelancers and contractors. They're not full employees. They're not full actual employees. They get paid by page or by book. And thus, the behavior of the comic pros on Twitter and Facebook will continue unabated. It's unabated because those guidelines will not apply to these comic book pros. Now, here's the thing about the social media activity of most of these comic pros. They are obsessed with politics, and they were obsessed with the former president, the former 45th president, repeatedly. They tweet all day, every minute, every day, or every hour, every day, instead of actually tweeting about comic books, or even writing their comic books. Especially Dan Slott. He is so obsessed with Twitter, tweeting all day at Marvel, that he actually has his own staff finish his part for him. You can actually see the documentary focusing on Dan Slott. Just look up Disney Plus Dan Slott documentary. And so in reality, these guidelines, which have been called for by people like your boy Zach from Comics Matter, they've been asking for this for years. Over a year or two. And I think, one, it's too little too late, since the comic book industry is already in a death spiral. And two, it's all about image, or Myanzi. Disney and Warner Bros. Actually do not care about comic books. They have shown this for years and years. They see comic books as a way to mine the intellectual property of the characters and brands for movies, merchandise, TV shows, and video games. Now, the actual products are good, but the comic books themselves nowadays are crap. And even though the comic book pros constantly embarrass themselves, they basically get rewarded for failure. So even though they actually blockchain people or do mega blocks of people they don't like for liking or tweeting a certain tweet, people just don't actually, these comic book pros don't care anymore. And these new guidelines will not affect comic book pros at all. And even though these comic book pros are finally realizing just how replaceable they truly are. They don't seem to care. They care about the social political message instead of making entertaining and good fun. Most of the skilled comic book pros that are not like this, they've already left DC and Marvel because they know what's going on. They already gone indie or simply retired. And all this time, Hollywood, New York, they just didn't care as long as the money was flowing in. That's why they enabled this for so long. And that's why they enable comic book posts to criticize, to insult any customer that calls them out on it as ist and phobes, or you just hate women. Here's the problem. The customer base has already fled from comic books. Or at least they're migrating to graphic novels. They're mostly into anime and manga now. And now with the rise of Squid Game and other Korean entertainment, movies such as Parasite and Kingdom, they're seeking Korean pop culture and manhwa. It's already gotten so bad that the average superhero comic book is no longer on the adult graphic novel list for what is it for? I don't remember the chart names. It's a major chart name for a major stat collector. I don't know, but seriously, all the graphic novel charts for since March, it's all dominated by manga or manhwa, Japanese manga or Korean manhwa. And they could have stopped this at any time. They could have woken up at any time. Comic book pros, corporal executives, they could have stopped this at any time, but they chose not to. Now they're already in an irreversible slow collapse. They could have stopped this at any time with the behavior of social media. They could have stopped this at any time during 2020 and 2021, where they could just go all in on escapism and drop the political partisan messaging. They could have stopped this at any time when indie comic books are actually give them actual competition. They could have stopped this at any time when manga ate their lunch. Week after week, month after month. But they chose not to. In reality, what I think DC and Marvel are engaging in co-opetition. Seeing how fast they can go down the death spiral. How fast they can go to the bottom and collapse. And how hard they can blame the consumers for their failure. Whereas reality, it's all self-inflicted. The death of the American comic book industry, as we know it, the death spiral, is self-inflicted. They could have stopped this at any time, but their mindset refuses to let them stop. We're already at the final stages of the comic book industry, and this could have stopped at any time. This JK from the Ministry of Otaku signing out. Have a good day wherever you are. And seriously, don't give money to people and companies that hate you.